terrorise your kids with these in France when I was over there. Some bangers. Just don't scare any children though with them or dogs. But
very good.
Machine gun ones
Thank
as
you.
well.
My wife really
Tell them you go in with 10 fingers, you got to come out with 10 fingers. So. You hungry?
Yeah. Do you remember that gig, the Nina Simone gig?
Oh yeah.
Fuck, that was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was up there. Like I've seen a bunch of gigs that's one that was like one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Do you remember before she started playing, she took the chewing gum out of her mouth? Like sort of took the chewing gum out and just stuck it onto the piano.
Yeah. I have that chewing gum at home. Yeah, I have that in my.
But you got that?
I took it. Yeah. I went up and took it off the stage after.
Did you really?
Yeah. I have it in a towel that one she wiped her forehead and then it like that.
Fuck, I'm really jealous.
And I remember because Matt apparently walked past her room and she was sitting in there like looking really pissed off and not wanting to be there. And he goes like, is everything okay? Mrs. Simone or whatever, you know.
Dr. Simone.
Dr. Simone, I guess. Matt wouldn't have said that. And is there anything I can get you? And she just said, I'd like some champagne, some cocaine, and some sausages. and Matt goes, all right, I'll see what I can do. So Matt went off and he got some coke, some champagne, and some sausages for her and took them back. And he said she just had this big grin on her face and she goes, thank you. And she went, hoovered up the coke, drank some champagne, and ate her sausages.
Yeah.
I've never seen an audience like that felt like they were about to fall in on top of one another. Nobody knew what to expect.
Well, she was genuinely frightening when she came
terrifying.
Up the front of the stage. She literally walked onto the lip of the stage and stared everyone down.
Yeah.
Like it was...
But I remember seeing, I had the same thing happen when I saw the Killer play in Paris, and my mate was there and he's like, comes up to me, he goes, well, good news, the t-shirt guys sell them the t-shirts. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? And he goes, oh, I saw him last week in the south of France and the t-shirt seller did most of the set and the Killer just sat in the side and came out with great balls of fire and then just like fucked off. And so the band came on and started playing and they just sounded like dog shit, you know, they were just like playing through this standard stuff. And then it was like, Jerry Lee's in the house, and suddenly you look on the side and there's the Killer just standing there looking like a kind of orangutan, just sort of like this lurching. And it was like that Nina Simone show. And the guy walked up and hit the piano and had this sound like a jackhammer. It was unbelievable, and it was just 2 microphones plugged into a Fender Twin, wound out, like everything wound out, just this sound that's instantly Jerry Lee. And he walked on the stage and he got to the front of the lip like that and just went like that, and everyone was like, whoa, like this. And then he sat down and went like that, and then suddenly he started playing and the band sounded unbelievable because they all got in underneath this amazing sound of his. And then he did like a bunch of ballads in the middle, Hank Williams and stuff, and then he did Great Balls of Fire. And then he tried to get up on the piano and he couldn't, and it was one of the wildest things I'd ever seen. He was just trying to get up and then they ran up behind him and they were trying to get him up there and he's just going like this. It was phenomenal. And then he walked off, the power blew in the place. The guitar player, who was about 70 or something, picked up his amp, put it under his arm and walked off, like this old amp he must have had since day one, you know. And it was like, that's what it was like about, you know, that's you see in a show.